Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo Namaha, Jai Ganesha. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org, and there is a donate button if you would like to help us out. Lessons from Maha Sivaratri. Hopefully you all had a profound Maha Sivaratri Utsava. And thus we come to the end of another cycle, which just starts another cycle. Remember, it was Hindus invented the numeral 0. Life is cyclical. We go round and round and round. So now we're going to start another spring season of Karma Yoga, on into the summer of the intensity of work, Karma Yoga, into the fall season of Bhakti Yoga, on into the winter season of Raja Yoga, culminating in our enlightened experiences, Gyan Yoga, and round we go, on a yearly cycle, on a daily cycle. When we wake up in the morning, we start Karma Yoga, working. As we go through the day with full devotion, Bhakti Yoga, concentration, meditation, contemplation, which we Hindus call Raja Yoga, and we get our ongoing enlightenment, Gyan Yoga. Karma, Bhakti, Raja, Jnana. This is the way to Nirvana. This is the Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle. We do them all. And remember, of all of our classic Hindu yogas, the only one that we're not supposed to be displaying is the very one that is displayed under the guise of yoga, Hatha Yoga. As Yogi Svatmanama and all devout Hindus and Hatha Yogis said, Hatha Vidya Bhaveda Yavate Guya Niveda Tu Prakash Avaranam. They all said the same thing. This knowledge, Vidya of Hatha, is powerful, Bhaveda, when you keep it secret, Guya, and loses power, Niveda, when you display it. Tu Prakash Avaranam. So hopefully, as a Hindu family, we're getting stronger day by day, year by year, as we cease to stop letting others completely pilfer and distort our sacred Hindu yoga teachings and practices. Hopefully this is the lesson that you all gain from Mahashivaratri, this great night of worshiping Mahadev Shiva and his numerous aspects, which really encompasses our life journey. From Shiva as Mahadev, seen sometimes standing solidly, both feet on the ground, holding his Trishul with Nandi by his side, representing the Dharma itself. Be like the bull, strong and calm and confident. Sometimes sitting, both feet on the ground, in which he can also become a very stern father, Bhairavya, teaching us all, and especially fellow Hindus, first things first. Know who you are. Learn to make a commitment and stick to it. We always refer back to the classic Karate Kid 1, and all mystics say the same thing to their students. The Hindus, we call these gurus, and their chelas or shishyas, that first you must choose, you must commit. So first and foremost, my friends, recognize we are Hindus. Hindu Samudra Idayarti Vayu Vihir. We grab a hold of the cosmic ocean within. How? Through living this Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle of yoga. Yoge Samana Parivam Sapta Shavato Rato God. In order, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Gyan Yoga. And within those, Hatha Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Japa Yoga, Nada Yoga, Nata Yoga, Kundalini Yoga. In Tamil land, Karma, Bhakti, Raja, Jnana is Charye, Kriye, Yogam, and Jnanam. And the Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali detailed in the classic Yoga Sutras, which have been so distorted. Yama and Niyama, that's Karma and Bhakti Yoga. Asana is Hatha Yoga, but remember, the Saiva Hindu Guru makes no mention of any specific asana. And an honest read of the Yoga Sutra shows that this is to take one in and in and in, not out and out and out. Sad Hindus, sad, 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 that our yoga has become a business. exercise business, a body infatuation. Kaivalya. Purushartha Sunyam. The no-thingness. Patanjali was teaching Hindu male renunciate yogis in training to go in, not out. Tadivatra matra nirbhasa sunyam eva samadhi. Beyond light, into the absolute, the no-thingness. Becoming nothing. Remember years ago, a Swami from Sri Lanka, when he heard about Paramahansa Yogananda writing a book called Autobiography of Yogi, he couldn't help but laugh. It's going to be shocking to many. He said, a yogi's a nobody. Why would they write an autobiography? So Shiva as Mahadev is the wise, compassionate, and loving, firm father. Appa. Harappa. Father Siva. Hara. Hara Hari. Ekarupa Gunashila. Remember, Siva and Vishnu are brothers. Saiva, Vaishnava, Shaktait. The three. So let us live in harmony, follow the dharma, and plant your yoga tree, karma, bhakti, raja, jnani. Then we have Mahadev Shiva, who's most often seen with his Parvati Ma, showing all of us that when we choose grihastha life, family life, strive for total commitment to your spouse. They have 2 children, Ganapati, Muruganji, Skanda, showing us by example, picture's worth 1,000 words, my friends, that if we choose grihastha life, try to the best of your ability to make that commitment and stick to it. Take care of your family. It's always Shiva and Parvati. And it really is in Saivism that we have the most complete understanding of the human journey, because there is no other fully functional family on the symbolic realm, of course, like we have with Shiva, Parvati, Ganapati, and Muruganji. But then what about those who choose not to marry? Well, here we have Shiva as Yogi Raj, sitting alone in the forest. The epitome of the Hatha Yogi, the Raja Yogi. So that if we choose the life of sannyas, right, we have to be content with that. We have no partner. We have to be content to be alone in this life, whether we're male or female, yogi or yogini, perhaps becoming a swami or a swamini. And this is very interesting because in today's spurious yoga movement, it really is all about Hatha Yoga without mentioning it, and of course without mentioning that it's Hindu. But true Hatha Yoga is really beseeching Adinada, Mahadev Shiva. All of the classic texts, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Siva Samhita, Giranda Samhita, Siddhasaranta Padati of Yogi Garakana, they all beseech Adinada, Mahadev Shiva, because he epitomizes the renunciate yogi sitting in the forest. So sad that this deep aspect of the Hindu yoga dharma has been so distorted today. All of you Hindus, quote unquote, out there have to ask yourselves, why do we have hot yoga, power yoga, doggy yoga, laughter yoga, nude yoga, goat yoga, beer yoga, Kino yoga, Adrian's yoga, even Iyengar yoga? Think of the brassness of putting your name on these sacred Hindu teachings. You don't see that in other religions at all. So we have Mahadev Shiva as Yogi Raj. And there is an aspect of Mahadev Shiva when he teaches, but in silence. Dakshinamurti, the south-facing guru, where he teaches all the rishis through the inner vibration. This is a tough one for many people to fully comprehend. And personally, I can just relate the tale of going halfway around the world to Sri Lanka, deep in the forest, and having one of the most profound experiences of my life when I met a Swami who never said one single word, but yet, wow, like Dakshinamurti, transmitted this powerful primal vibration. Dakshinamurti. And then we have the beautiful image of the dancing Shiva, the king of dance, Nata Raja. Interestingly, this was Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali's Ishtadevata. That was his whole reason for taking birth. All those quote-unquote yogis out there who look to the Yoga Sutras, the author was fully devoted to Shiva Nataraja. That's why he took birth. And living at the famous Chidambara Mandir in Tamil Nadu, which is fully devoted to the dancing Shiva. Reminding us all that we're in this dance together. Learn to dance the rhythm of life. Move in tune with life as we look at this beautiful image, which represents the wisdom of life creation, the drum, the damaru, preservation, the hand in Abhya Mudra, and the ball of fire in the other hand, destruction. This is life, creation, preservation, destruction, and round we go, dancing within this ball of fire. Fire's life, Agni Milaya, the first word of the Rig Veda. We live on a fire planet. We only exist because of Surya and Chandra and Bhumi Mata, the three circles, if you will, the Trayam Lingams working together. It's only because of the Atmana within our physical body right now that we're alive. When it leaves, what will happen to the physical body? It will become cold and stiff, dark, because the Atmana has gone. The inner essence of love and light and energy. Sat Chit Ananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure energy, pure light, heat, which translates into our human emotion of love or bliss, which is a warm experience. And it is in this dancing image of Shiva, the dance of life, which interestingly, even scientists recognize this. His image is found outside of CERN in Europe, where they do the experiments, particle acceleration experiments, the dance of Shiva, the dance of life, the dance of quarks, the dance of strings. Hindus have no problem with science. To know, Veda means to know. We're seeking to know. No problem at all. Actually, Satchit Ananda is equals MC square. So it is in this beautiful dancing image of Mahadev, Shiva, Nataraja, that we fully comprehend the Maha Mantra, the Panchakshara mantra for Saiva Hindus. Na, Ma, Si, Va, Ya. Na, Ma, Si, Va, Ya. Namah Shivaya. Remember, it doesn't matter if we say Siva, generally in the south, or Shiva in the north. Same thing. Just like Hindu. Just like Sakti, Shakti. Santi, Shanti. Siva, Shiva. Namah Shivaya. Na. The concealing grace. The foot standing on top of all of us. Meaning that we have not had all the inner secrets, even the outer secrets of life revealed yet. We learn slowly, grow into them. That's the concealing grace. That's why it's a grace, because we're not quite ready for it yet. Nah. The malas. A mala, of course, we wear our malas, our sacred malas. Rudraksha mala for the Saivas. Tulsi mala for our Vaishnava brothers and sisters. We always have sandalwood, obviously, for Mahaganapati. So a mala is a beautiful necklace, if you will, that we wear around our neck. But a mala can also be a negative chain. That's what happens when we're bad, right? We get put in chains. And what are these negative chains? Anava karma maya and lobha krodha kama, greed, anger, lust. Got to destroy those. How do we do it? Through dana, dayadvam, damyata. Through giving, compassion, control. So what happens when we now, the concealing grace, we strive to get rid of the malas of anava karma maya, lobha krodha kama. Then we put Siva at the middle. We put the divine at the center of our life. Namashi. And then we have the revealing grace. Va, the upraised foot. And it's revealing Yah. It's revealing who you are, the Atmana. Namashi. Vaya. profound understanding of this life journey that we're all going through. Of course, this is for Saiva Hindus. Remember, we are a Hindu family, Saiva, Vaishnava, Shakti, the three. So in Namah Shivaya, we have this understanding of putting the divine at the center of life as we move throughout the day. And then in our in-depth meditations now, this is why we keep Hatha Yoga and these meditative processes secret. We don't want to display them and make businesses out of them. So-called yoga and meditation centers, totally misnomer. But in our meditations now, we can reverse it a bit and put yourself as the Atmana in the middle. Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama. And you always start with Shiva, and Shiva is going to reveal you, Shivaya, and then no more the malas of Lobha, Krodha, Kama. Nama Shivaya, Shivaya Nama, the Panchakshara mantra, the 5 sacred syllables that is beautifully depicted in this dance of Nataraja, Shiva. And of course, it's the Saivas that wear the tears of Siva. Why is he crying? Well, we cry out of joy, but we also cry. You know, a guru will cry when his disciples, they just don't quite get it. Or they perhaps desert the guru and the guru gets a little bit firm with them and they just don't get it. They don't understand. It just hurts their ego too much. So the guru has tenderness and feelings for all of life, for all of his chelas or shishyas, or her, right? We have Guru Mahas also. So the tears of Shiva, beautiful Rudrakshas. And most of you know that when they're on the tree, they're little blue spheres. So obviously, since Shiva is blue, remember Nilkanta? He drank the poison, turned himself blue. This is true seva, serving your fellow human beings. Be willing to put yourself out there. So, since he was blue, he obviously cried blue tears. Hence the Rudraksha seeds, which are blue, and then they fall to the ground. And how wonderful is this? Because as Hindus in Hindu time, we keep the earthiness, we keep the groundedness. We do our sacred fires. We sit on the ground. We do satsang. So these little beautiful Rudraksha seeds fall to the ground, and they just leave them there and let the ants take charge. And they eat all the outer covering off. And they're the only ones that can really clean the seeds because they're all these little beautiful fissures that they can clean out. And then we pick them up, bore holes in them, and make our malas. And there are different facets, sides to them, or faces, if you will. Classically, we wear the 5-faced Rudrakshas, Na, Ma, Shivaya, the 5 aspects too of Shiva, Satyojata, Vamadeva, Agura, Tatpurusha, Isana. This is part of our 33 kotis. But we also have other facets. We have 6-faced Rudrakshas. That's for Mahadev's second son, Skanda, the youthful Muruga loving warrior Skanda. The foundation of Ganesha consciousness. And Mother Parvati, who created her son, Mahaganapati, should stand up for the Dharma. This is why Ganapati is common to all of us, no matter if we're Saiva, Vaishnava, Shakta. Ganapati is first, the foundation from which we rise and safely come back to. And if we're Saiva Hindus, we go from Ganapati to the heart of Muruga, Skanda, the youthful loving warrior, to the head of Shiva Shakti or Shiva Parvati. This is the science of life, gravity, electricity, magnetism. From the belly to the heart to the head, gravity, electricity, magnetism. In Saivism, Ganapati, Muruga, Shiva Shakti. And here's where we understand our brothers and sisters that are Vaishnavas and Shaktas. They do the same thing. Ganapati, Krishna, Vishnu, Lakshmi. Or Ganapati, Hanuman, Sitaram, Vaishnava, Hindu Dharma. Or Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Shakti Sampradaya. And profoundly, from before creation, we have Kali, Durga, Parvati. And remember, Kali, Durga, Parvati, all different aspects of Ma Parvati. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Shakti. So now we come to the next form for all of us. when we now bring the male and the female together in this one physical body, Ardhinarishvara, half woman, half man, Ardhinarishvara. This is the science of neurology. As now each one of us, regardless of whether we've taken on the male or female body, and remember there's only two genders, what nonsense we have today, non-binary nonsense. We're either a male or a female, but within us, we have a left and right hemisphere of the brain, the Pingala and the Ida, fully explored in the Hindu yoga dharma, and not to be distorted by non-Hindus pretending to teach Kundalini yoga, etc. That can be quite dangerous, actually, because we're dealing with powerful energies that, if they don't have a good foundation, can be totally misused. Just do your own homework on the phony yoga movement and the scandals in the past, right up to the present. This is something Hindus need to seriously think about. So it's in Ardhinarishvara that we all have to come to grips with the masculine and the feminine nature that's within each of us. This is what makes a balanced life. Using the positive left and right brain, the positive masculine and feminine aspects. Learning to be analytical, logical, rational thinking, a religious person, left brain, masculine. And also to be soft, intuitive, gentle, creative, spiritual person, positive right brain. And get out of the dirty basement consciousness, if you will, of the negative male and female, respectively being hard, crude, mean, intolerant, or erratic emotional highs and lows, depression, anxiety, cold, frigid. So in Ardhinarishvara, it's the beautiful understanding that all of us have these masculine and feminine traits within us. That's our personality. This has nothing to do with whether we're a man or a woman on the outside. This knowledge would help to end a lot of the confusion over gender dysphoria, if you will. And finally, we have the Shivalingam, all by itself. Remember, again, it was the Hindus who invented the zero. And look on your keyboard. The zero is different than the letter O, isn't it? The zero is an ellipse. This is the science of life, the elliptical orbits, the spiraling cosmos, the spiraling galaxies, the most powerful forces of nature. The hurricane, the tornado, the whirlpool, the huge curling breaking wave. They all have a spiral, and in order to have a true spiral, you will have an empty space in the middle, the eye of the storm, the eye of the hurricane, the black hole. And we all have one. Look into the center of our eye. Our fellow animals as well. The black hole. The no-thingness. That is the fullness of everything. We go into it every night in the depths of sleep. And actually, again, an honest read of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali shows that his goal is to take us into the no-thingness. After having been everything, if you will, through samsara, through reincarnation, we go into the profound no-thingness. That's why a great mystic from Sri Lanka, who really didn't want to be noticed, said attracting people to yourself is another self-deluding activity. Think about that, all you commercial yogis out there. So the blackness of the absolute into the Big Bang of creation. That's why we, as Hindus, use the term Brahman, which is a neuter term. It's not God, please. That's not part of our lexicon. That's an anthropomorphic deity that has been used to enslave others. No, we believe in Brahman. To use a word, we can keep our mouths shut. That's always wise. Brahman is a neuter term, and it stands for the greater forces of Satchit Ananda, which come out of the no-thingness into the Big Bang of creation. So that blackness is always there. Just like Mother Kali, she represents that. So too the Shivalingam, by itself represents this blackness, the no-thingness. That's the fullness of everything. As Mother Kali inspiringly says, I am the black of the fire, I am charcoal, I am Mother Kali from days of old. Through sadhana and intense tapas, I reveal myself to the sages among us. To those unafraid of the dark, to those with the courage to hit the mark, to those who serve and love true, I open the way to the peace in you. If you're afraid of a little dirt, the dark a smudge, life's hard lessons will be your judge. But when you learn to dance with me, Kali, I will teach you what it is to be empty. Not worthless, not drained, you see, but rather dharmanupati dharmi, the substratum, Om Mata Kali, who is seen often standing on Shiva. Why, you ask? Because he knows me. And this is your task, black and white. She represents the photon. So too the black Shiva Lingam, the ellipse by itself, the photon. Black and white and everything in between. This is life, my friends. Again from Mother Kali, black is black and that is that. White is white but not necessarily right. What silly games you people play. I will get you all at the end of the day. Life and death, a continual dance. Watch me move in a mystic trance. And I dance on your ego, this much is true, but is only for you to get rid of you, for when the little self you lose, or purify, but it rhymes, upon the greater self you muse. So watch me now, watch me again, and I will teach you how to end this ego-tea and all the rest. And you too will live among the best, and then return the gift to all and complete the circle. That is all. Om, Tat, Sat. We use Tat as a word to represent that no-thingness. As Yogi Gorakanath, like all true yogis, say, Yato vacho niyavartante aprapyas manasa saha. That experience is beyond speech. It's even beyond the very mind that seeks to comprehend it. That's why we as Hindus use the term Atmana. It's different than the Western term soul, because that's still connected to the mind. Whereas the Atmana is not the mind, nor the emotions, nor the body. Temporarily residing within it, yes. But it is not the mind, not the emotions, not the body. So literally, and don't confuse this, but literally, the goal of the mystic is to go ethically out of their mind. For we've figured out as humans all kinds of other ways to go out of our mind, have we not? That's why it's inevitable that people eventually turn religious, to use that general term, or turn to the Hindu yoga dharma and what they think is yoga or meditation. It's inevitable. We all realize that there is an intrinsic inner nature that must be experienced. And usually that comes after frustrating and being a malcontent with what's going on in the outer world, with our body, mind, and emotions, having reached many dead ends. Then we ultimately turn in to that no-thingness, again represented by the Shiva Lingam by itself. And then when we see the Lingam embedded in the yoni, that's the female. Again, this is life, this is creation, male and female coming together to produce life, life after life after life, samsara, which is what separates Hindu Dharma from the monotheistic religions. They do not believe in reincarnation, ironically, because without reincarnation there is no life. Every breath of air, every drop of water is simply reincarnated or recycled, if you will. This is the dance of life, represented again beautifully by the dancing Shiva Nataraja. Remember again, all those out there into so-called yoga, this was Patanjali's Ishtadevata Nataraja, his whole reason for taking birth. Dance, prance, send me into a trance. Pirouette on my worldliness, spinning it out of sight. Let us join hands and dance. Round and round we go, never stopping. Love is the only thing we know. Hence Saiva Hindus say, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am the soul of knowledge and bliss. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Om Namah Shivaya. So we join in this dance together of creation, preservation, and destruction. All these experiences that we're all going through. Go through them with passion. This is the way to develop compassion, karuna. So we dance through the various experiences of life, not being afraid to enter into life. And we will go from one extreme to the other, as we're all on this learning curve together, this swing of life. Interestingly, the teeter-totter, the playground instrument as we swing from one side to the other. Hence, as Saiva Hindus, we sing the bhajan Sada Lola Hara. 3 simply profound words. The truth, Sada, of the swing, Lola, of life. We go from one side to the other. The duality that is life, the triality, quadrupality, the multifaceted nature of life, the polymorphic nature of life. The truth, Sada, of the swing, Lola, of life. And what's it doing? It's destroying Hara, our ignorance. Mahadev Shiva is often seen as the destroyer, but destroying what? Destroying our ignorance. So how do we do that? How do we destroy that ignorance? Well, we need to find our way in life. And those of us that have chosen the Hindu yoga dharma, we follow karma, bhakti, raja, jnana. This is what we all have in common. Now, as Saiva Hindus, we have the Yoga Sutras, and it's profound to fully respect and understand that Patanjali was a Saiva Hindu guru. His guru was Tiru Nandi. Tiru is a very typical Tamil prefix for holy. And his guru brother was Tirumular, who wrote the famous Tiru Mantram, the holy mantrams fully devoted to Shiva, who we often refer to also as Nandi. Remember, Nandi is the ever-present bull with Mahadev Shiva, reminding us, importantly, that we all need to have that solid foundation. Again, represented in Saivism by Ganesha, that solid foundation from which we rise and safely come back to. But Nandi is following the Dharma, the solid foundation of following, in this case, Saiva Hindu Dharma. And remember, all of us too, we must literally face the bull in our life. We can fool other people, even fool ourselves for a while, but we must ultimately face the bull, if you get the drift, the BS, and turn it into the holy ash of Vibhuti, which is actually the 3rd pada of the Yoga Sutras, the holy ash that we wear every day, because we get a little greedy, angry, lusty throughout the day. So we put it on to remind us to burn up Lobha, Krodha, Kama, greed, anger, lust, by Dana, Dayadvam, Damyata, by being giving, compassionate, and controlled in our life. So in the Tiru Mantram, the Tiru Mular, Patanjali's guru brother, said, Yama, Niyama, Asana, numberless, Pranayama, wholesome, and Pratyahara alike, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, to triumph. These 8 are the steely limbs of yoga. Tapas, meditation, serenity, and holiness. Charity, vows in Saiva way, and Siddhanta learning. Sacrifice, Siva puja, and thoughts pure. With these 10, the one in Niyama perfects his way. Sitting cross-legged, with soles of feet turned up. Close draw the feet on thighs opposite. Stretch then the hands of 4 on feet. That Padmasana is famed far on earth. Step by step, pade pade, practice mind's withdrawal and look inward. One by one, many the good you see within. And may you then meet Siva now and here below, whom the ancient Vedas still searcheth everywhere for. In the Vedas, he's Rudra. Remember, at the very center, the heart of the Vedas is the Sri Rudram. Om Mata Yadidam Asmin Brahman Pure. The city of Brahman, which is found by using the inner fire, Rudra. Om Atatmanam Shivatmanam Sri Rudra Rupam Dhyayeti. In the undistracted gaze appears the light. Gaze and gaze to heart's content, and mingle one with it. The heavenly stream will then surge to the spaces infinite of void vast, the Shivalingam. Then may the uncreated being witness be. Time was when I despised the body, but then I saw the deity within. I realized that this is Siva's temple, and so I began preserving it with care infinite. By one letter, Siva became all the worlds. By two letters, A and U, he became Siva Sakti. By three letters, A, U, he, the light, became. By the letter was Maya ushered in. A, U, the primal sound. Synonymous with Mahaganapati as well. Animal, human, divine. Vaishvanada Tejasya Prajna. A, U, Om Namah Shivaya. The dance that is in letters too, it is the dance joyous. It is the dance of disillusion. It is the dance that leads to bliss. It is the dance that is Sivalinga. It is the alchemy that transforms the coppery jiva into golden Siva. And how do we do this? By living, again, karma bhakti raja jnana. The 10 unguents to form, musk, sandal paste, perfumed kumkum, camphor, eaglewood, fragrant, and the rest. Mix in water of rose and make a paste. Put it on and worship. Offer oblations in love. Light lamps golden. Spread incense of fragrant wood and lighted camphor in directions all. Forget thy worldly worries and meditate. Thou shalt attain rapturous mukti true. Having learnt all that learnt must be, having practiced all yoga that hath to be, they then pursue the path of jnana in gradation sure, and so pass into the world of formless sound beyond, and there, rid of all impurities, envision Siva. They, forsooth, are the Saiva Hindus true. Om Namah Shivaya. Sada Lola Hara. Namah Shivaya.